Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to the Signature Life podcast. Today's guest is very personal to me, and of all the guests I will ever have on this show, this is the best one. Keep note. This amazing guest has been a vibrant force in the hair industry since 1990. From owning multiple salons in Philadelphia and New Jersey, to embracing the Sister Loc's lifestyle, first as a client, then as a certified consultant, and then being a part of the first master trainers of the Sister Loc's community. She is now teaching, empowering, and mentoring and inspiring others as a Signature Loc method instructor. Please help me welcome Miss Denise Dixon. Welcome, Denise.
Thank you for having me.
Yes,
Really
it's exciting to have you on the show today.
I know, I want to get up and hug you again, but I might mess up something.
No, because we have a thing. We have a thing. We give each other. Denise gives the best hugs. And so now that's how I hug everybody. Like I said, the way I do things is the way she does things.
Oh,
so it's
sweet.
amazing. So, Denise,
Yes.
we start off usually on the show with 3 gratitudes.
Okay.
So we're each going to give 3 things we're grateful for.
I'm grateful that I'm here today with you. I'm grateful that I still enjoy what I do for the last 30 or 40 years, whatever it is. And I am grateful for the peace in my life. The peace. I really enjoy my peace, my quietness.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
How's someone going to top that one? Anyway, it's not about topping it anyway. It's about what's true for you, right?
Right, yeah.
So today I'm grateful for patience. There was a lot of traffic today, and I wasn't expecting it, but I didn't let it frazzle me the way I would normally. So I'm grateful that I've increased my capacity for patience. I'm also grateful for rest, because it's a place of you act more empowered when you're restful as opposed to when you're not rested. So I'm starting to realize that. And I'm also grateful for the people in my life, especially for the journey that we've been on together, that we're still on. So
I enjoy it.
I'm grateful for you as well.
Yeah, I'm
awesome.
grateful. And just know that you're very patient. You're very calm.
Maybe not with myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you present yourself with others, you're definitely, I've never seen you not composed, not, just disorganized. You always flow and you're very comfortable with communication. And you just always never, like, I don't care how many times I show up, you still give me grace and peace. Actually, you just never feel aggravated, and I appreciate that about you. It's a wonderful gift, really.
It is a gift, isn't it? I'm gonna embrace it as such, because I hadn't looked at it that way. That's awesome. So, what we're going to talk about is your journey from wherever you want to start your journey from, how you came to be in this industry, and along that journey, how did we meet?
Okay, I can just start with this is back, I think, in 95 actually, and I went to this gathering, and I walked in to this gathering, and I just saw this. She seemed like she was standing in the middle of everything, and she had this beautiful head of hair. I didn't know what it was, but I could saw it. So I actually felt like I glided to her. It was almost like a out-of-body experience, because it was something that I always desired about our hair being natural and looking fabulous, right? And so when I went to her and I asked her, I said, what do you have? What's that style? She said, it's called Sister Loc's. I said, do you service that thing? She says, yes. I said, can you do me? And she said, yes. And it was just like that. was the perfect thing for me personally, because I always wanted and enjoyed natural hair, and to see that beautiful head of hair was just amazing to me. So I got my hair done 2 weeks later, and then I decided to take the class because my consultants, not consultants, they were cosmetologists at the time. They didn't care for it. And so I said, well, I like it, so I'm going to take the class so I can teach them. At that time, I didn't know. We could not teach them. So when I got into the class, I felt like I was stuck. I'm like, oh my goodness, because I'm not going to do it, you know what I mean?
Right.
But when we opened that book and the information that was in there about our hair in detail, and it just said, I'll do it. I don't have to worry about them. I'll do it myself. And so I decided to get into Sister Locs, and I changed my whole system.
If this episode is helping you, join my community, the Signature Loc Method, on the school platform, where I'm gathering locticians who are ready to make 6 figures with less than 50 clients in their business. Now back to the episode.
The perms and the wigs and all that stuff out, and just went straight to doing Sister Locs. And so I decided to become a trainer. Well, at that time she didn't have trainers. We were just consultants. That's it. So when she decided to create trainers for her company, I was one of the ones on her first group of master trainers, and then it just went off from there. And it's just been a journey that I fell in love with and still in love with. You know, I really have this completion when I see someone that's really interested in wearing their hair in a natural state, which is mostly, now we got all kinds of locks. They got different names for this and that. But at that time, it was just, it was like a revival to those people that were just seeing it, just getting it done. It wasn't that popular at the time, and it was just a wonderful journey. And I still enjoy the journey today.
Excellent.
And then when I met you, I was a trainer in Georgia at least twice a year for I would say maybe 10, 12 years. And I don't know what class you were in. I don't know if that was the one when Dr. Joe came and she made that video.
Yes.
You were there.
I
Okay.
was there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. That particular time, and we all said our little thing. That's a nice little video too.
It is. I know we should find it.
Like to find
because
it. Yeah.
It was actually the first time that they had to have 2 classes in Atlanta. That's how that.
That's because it was so crowded.
Right.
I mean, it was always overflowing. Yeah. And so when you came to me and asked me, I think it was the first day.
It was the first break. Yes. We hadn't learned anything.
And you said, how can I become a trainer? And I just said, we'll get to that. We have to go through the to be a consultant first, and then we'll, give
what
that information.
I heard.
What
Let me tell you what I heard.
Okay.
Because what I saw, first of all, it's what you're saying about the information in the book, but it was the way you were giving the information. It was your demeanor about it just made it feel like, man, this is like something I want to be like that. I want to feel like that about myself and be able to give people that feeling, because it's a feeling that you're giving, right?
Right.
So I came to ask how I can be a trainer, and I remember you saying, can you get certified first? And I was like, okay.
Did I say that?
Because you have with the whole time in class, you have a way of dismissing without it being like unkind, right?
Okay.
Right? Because at the time you didn't have time to get into
that part.
You were like, let's talk about what we have to talk about first.
Right.
So I didn't take it. I didn't take it badly. I just knew, okay, that's what I need to do next.
Right. And you were excited.
Oh my gosh. Yes. So carry on. So at that time when you came to Atlanta, that was 2008.
Okay.
I remember that. And so up until then, like, what else was going on outside of you working and training? What other things were you doing in your life that helped to make it more fulfilling?
Well, I think 2008. I think that's when my mom passed, and I had just left the funeral thing and all like that. But as I went on with the training, I desired to, what do you call it, help people out with their becoming a consultant. So I start giving them mentorships, and just literally making sure, because my whole thing was that we need to take responsibility of this particular process. We should be taking care of each other. If someone's come to get a service, they should get a good service from you. So I left that cosmetology world and opened up natural hair, Sister Loc's, right? And most of my clients, they were the ones that became consultants, because they wanted to be in, and then I allowed them in, and we had like 6 or 8 Sister Loc consultants at that time. And so it was very fun. It was very tiring too, because I was so excited about the business. I put a lot of my time into it, and from that point on, it's just been great. It's the same essence I have in me that I still enjoy it. It's like my brother, he'd always say, "I'll see you later, because you're going to your happy place." And I'm like, he's right, because I really enjoy what I do. I can't imagine not doing it until I don't feel that way
Okay.
anymore,
Okay. So. What has the business allowed you to do? When you've grown the business, what have you been able to do with your money, with your connections, with the people you've met? What have you been able to do in your business?
I travel a lot.
Yeah.
Not having any children or anything like that, traveling was my joy, and it's still my joy because I'm still doing that. And it helped me with my finances, because that's the only thing that I do at this point, or since I started. And my life has just been great, just from having the Sister Loc's service. And I learned a lot from my clients. We become very close. We're like sisters, you know what I mean? And it's just even when I moved to Georgia and I left New Jersey, I felt like I left so many friends, And so now I have so many friends here, so I'm good now.
You're good now.
It's all good.
That's
I
awesome.
enjoy so much. I enjoy it. It's the best thing that ever happened to me, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. That's it.
So this podcast is about aligning your business with who you are, using these 3 C's. I call them congruence, which is the alignment of who you are on the inside with the activity that you do. So the activity that you do matches who you are on the inside. And then capacity, how do you know where your limits are, or how do you expand what you can handle? And then compassion, how you interact with people, and also compassion for yourself. So
give me it one at a time.
At a time, yes. I'm going to give it to you one at a time. So I know for you, there's a thing you always say. If I come to you with some kind of discombobulation, you say, trust in your knowing, go with your knowing. What does your knower say, right? So that's what I would equate to congruence, because it's that alignment of who yourself to who you are, and then you do the actions that align with who you are.
Exactly.
So where did you first find, can you think about where did you first realize that there was such a thing and that you could live your life like that?
I would say since I was a child, because I always felt things that are around me that were supposed to be the things you're supposed to do, and you're supposed to take this turn to go here and there, it just never resonated with me. So I seeked for other informations and sources, and from that it just got me into knowing that do the things that you desire to do and want to do and feel good about doing it, you know what I mean? So I've always tried to stay in my joy with that, knowing what resonates inside me, right? And then whatever that is, I bring it out or create it. Create something, you know.
How do you deal with it when you realize that you're in a situation where someone or something is asking you to behave outside of your knowing?
I just listen to them. I'm not gonna. I don't push my beliefs or my understanding on others unless there's a person that's close to me, like you, or you know. I will have that conversation, but I will just listen and let them be wherever they want to be, and I am where I'm at, you know, because I don't want to impose me when you don't understand me. You know, if you understand me, then I can communicate with you on certain levels when things I want to do in a different way, and it's not being done the normal way, I would say.
Right. Yeah. How do you teach that? Or do you teach that, or how can other people, let's say the audience, the locticians who are paying attention, how can they know that? How can they cultivate operating in their knowing?
Yeah, it's mostly will come from your quiet time, like your meditations, people that pray, people that has a desire to create something. They have to be still. They have to be still. They have to be focused on it, and they have to do some what do you call it? Some investigation into what they're wanting to do, and stick to it once they get the information that's required to move forward with it, and that it lines up with you. Because a lot of times people do things based on the fact that they got this education and they got the education, but they really don't like it. But then they find themselves having to be in that situation because they spent a lot of money or stuff like that. But you can always, if it doesn't resonate with you anymore, find something else that does and move forward. You don't have to stay with that one thing, you know. So that's where I see it.
That's good. So then along the lines of capacity, which is what you can handle, and how do you increase what you can handle? How do you, for yourself, how do you decide these are the
parameters? Yeah, at my age right now, I do have some parameters, because at the beginning it was like everything, you know, anytime, all the time. But now I lessen my days. I only do a certain amount of people per day, and I know when, you know, I get up early enough to be, you know, focused with my meditations and anything else that I would have to do. And then I come into work and I'm clear-minded, I'm happy, I'm rested, I've eaten, you know, everything to get me together to be a good servant to my clients when they come. So when they come, I'm invigorated, I'm happy, I'm joyful, you know. And it's just a wonderful time, you know, serving my people. So I enjoy that a lot. So, and then, like I said, you have to pay attention to your needs, you know, what works for you, because you can't forget about you, because we have this tendency to be gung-ho about getting this work done, making that money, and the money's going to come. It always does. You just can't burn yourself out in order for that to happen, you know. And I would say that strongly, because at the beginning I was so excited, so into it, and you would do a burnout. But I flipped that. It's not anything like that anymore, you know.
Was there a moment that was like, oh no, this is not working?
Only thing, never not working, is like I'm doing too much. I said, oh, you're doing too much. Because I used to go, you know, I used to be up at work at 6 o'clock in the morning. and don't leave till like 6, 7, or 8 o'clock at night. And because I enjoyed what I was doing, I'm still saying that. But for your physical body, that's not good. It really isn't. And so I wound up having a little issue with my shoulder at one time, because I had moved my salon to New Jersey from Philadelphia, New Jersey, and I had very young consultants at that time, so I was always having to help them do this, and I'm doing that, and for like 4 months I was doing that. And in May, I think the Labor Day holiday came up, and I was saying to myself as I was working on this lady's, I said, I am going to take the whole week off, because I had never taken a day off for like those many months. So as soon as I said that, this pain went through my arm. It was horrendous pain.
Wow.
And so I had to get therapy, and I was out for about three weeks or something like that. But I got myself back together, and I realized, I said, you're going to have to do things to make sure you can maintain yourself during this process, because I enjoy it. I didn't want to leave it because of that.
Right.
But now I do exercises, I do stretching, I know my limit. And even now, I'm like, I need 15 minutes or maybe a half an hour, because if I have a client and the hair is massive in density, they're like 3 hours or something like that. I need a break after that. Before, I used to just do it
back to back.
one after another, never really a break. So yeah, I would suggest to the newbies to say, don't get that caught up. Just make space for you too, because you're important just as it's important for them to get their hair. It's important for you to feel good and not to overextend yourself. So
I like it. So the next area we want to talk about is compassion. And I know you have a lot of compassion for not just yourself, but for the people that you serve and the people that you interact with. Where, if you're looking back over the course of your career, your life, the people you've interacted with, have you seen your compassion for people increase or decrease?
Increase.
Yeah.
Increase. It can't decrease.
Can't decrease.
Not knowing these spirits are connected to you, because if you and I come from the same source, so I can't not be compassion without knowing this fact that we're connected. So I don't feel any less about people. Matter of fact, it's more love there now, especially when I get new people. And we have this conversation going on, and it's just flows. I just love it. I make sure I know where they are, so I don't go anywhere else unless we get comfortable enough for me to maybe suggest something else, that will help you with whatever you might be going with. Because when they're sitting in your chair, they literally communicating with you about what's going on in their lives and that type of thing. And so I'm a listener, and if I find something that I can relate to them in a particular situation, then I would do it. But it's not an ongoing thing. It just depends on the client that's sitting in the chair.
Nice. So let's talk about there's some phrases that you say that I love.
You put me on the spot. What do I do?
The first one, but it speaks to your knowing of yourself, and also the compassion that you have for others, right? In that you want them to change their perspective about what they're doing, right? So the first one is when people say at the end of a service, "What's my damage?"
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about that. What is your feeling about that? What is your thought process about that?
I feel is unbecoming. You know, it's how can you ask somebody what's your damage, and there has been no damage. And if it's your finances, then that's a personal problem. Really has nothing to do with me. You know what I mean? So when they say what's my damage, I tell them I don't do damage here. You know, I do beautification. That's what I usually say. You know, I don't do damage here. You know, please don't say that. There's very few people that say that, but I just find it a turn off, really. But I don't get an attitude, but I really want to have one when they say it. But I just tell them I don't do damage. I do damage control. That's what I do, you know. And
Nice.
I hope you appreciate it.
Right.
And just, you know, pay for your service. You know, with joy. You should be able to pay your service to me with joy, not with, you know, that's a lot. This, I don't want to hear all of that. Because when I'm sitting down in your head, I'm not saying this is a lot, you gave me a lot of drama, this and that. No, I do my job and I get your hair back and you know, into its perspective place. And I don't really want to hear anyone telling me that it costs too much, but why is this? You know, I also have a clock on my phone, you know, for timing. Because looking up at the clock, and they're looking at whatever, and we're on a different time. Like, so I said, well, let's just put my phone here, and we'll make sure the time is such. If I take a break, I'll stop it. If you go to the bathroom, I'll stop it. You know, but please don't tell me I went over, or you know, you thought this, and I don't want anybody thinking anything. I want them to know, and so it makes it a more of a peaceful situation when it's time to pay. Because we were all on the same page at that point. But I thought, I don't want you to think. I want you to know. You know, so now we know, and it works for me, yeah.
So my last question is, what are you looking forward to in the future?
I'm looking forward to, you know, doing some things on social media. I have t-shirts that I'm selling. And they should be on Amazon next month because they got to vet you, and they haven't, you know, got back to me yet.
Okay.
But I'll have that, and I'll have this website for camping.
Okay.
It's called Under the Sky Supply, and that will be launched next week.
Okay.
So things are, you know, I'm just looking for other things that I can do. And probably gonna limit my time, you know, with doing Sister Locs. Instead of the 4 days, I'll probably go down to 3, you know, because I can't see myself not doing what we call now the signature lock method. I can't see myself not doing it, you know. So making time for that, and you know, I got my sister. I'm gonna bring her down, and I'll be working with her too, you know. Nice. From her being in a nursing home, and I'll at least be close enough to communicate with her and go see her and stuff like that. But I'm looking for also more traveling, like really more traveling, kind of slow down a little bit. Yeah, it's been like maybe 2 out of the year or something like that. But I want to go on, you know, to another country or somewhere else I have never been.
Nice.
Yeah, and that's my real joy, Don. Really.
Yeah.
The locks are my second joy.
Yeah.
My clients are my joy. I mean, they're like family to me. I understand because of my my age. A lot of them, you know, look out for me, you know, in so many ways, you know, and I'm so grateful for that, you know, that they have that respect for their elders, because I am an elder.
Yes,
but I'm just
are.
Ageless with it. Okay,
ageless.
I'm just ageless with it.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Because I think the thing that I've learned the most from you is your choice of words. That everything you say out of your mouth lands a certain way, either for you or for somebody else. And I'm always remembering, if I say something, I'm always remembering Denise will be like, switch that up. No, we don't, you know, that's not what we're doing right there. But that's not the energy you say it with. But yeah, that's my interpretation.
Because sometimes we always pessimistic. Yeah. To a certain degree, and we want to check ourselves. And check each other really. Yeah. Because that'll pop you right out of there. If someone just say, you're a child of the Most High. You are. What my other thing? You're always worthy. Always worthy. You're special. Each and every one of us. So we just try to lift each other up with that. And that's what I love about being in this industry, because you get to connect with your sisters, which you really don't have that unless you in a church thing or a sorority thing, which I've never been about that. I've never been about in these gathering places. I'm more one-on-one, and I get to know you one-on-one, and I'm in your life like one-on-one, not as a group. Yeah.
Well, this has been a great conversation.
Aww. I enjoy you. You know that, right?
I know, me too. One of these days, we're just going to be on an island just hanging out. That's all.
I know. I know.
That's all we'll be doing.
Yeah.
But we want people to find out how they can get in touch with you and what you're doing for people in the industry or in the community who want to get in touch with you.
Okay. All of my information is on my website, which is dhairloft.net. Everything, thanks to you, is going to be all on one app or whatever you want to call it. Everything that I'm doing with the Amazon and the supplies for camping and outdoor things will all be right there. Also, my mentoring. I love doing mentoring one-on-one. And I like to train the Signature Loc method one-on-one. I think when they leave that one-on-one, because they have such repetition from communicating on that day, they seem to just walk out like they don't have anything else to ask you about, and I enjoy that part because it helps me be thorough, very thorough, to make sure, because they're only doing it for one day. Yeah. And they leave with that knowing, and if they need mentorship, then I'm available for that too.
Right.
And when we have a bigger class, I'm there for you.
Awesome. Yes.
Okay, I'm there for you. Yep. I still really, really enjoy what I do. I'll never feel bad about it.
Nice.
I never do.
Okay.
It's wonderful.
You have one thing you want to tell the people to encourage them in any particular area or in their life?
I would say to people to know and feel what they desire to do. Don't do things based on the fact of money. Do what makes you feel good inside and the joy inside. And whatever that may be, make sure you get the right structure, information, the data to make your knowing, I would say, become a reality for you. Because you have the gift to do whatever you desire to do. Don't do things based on what other people are asking you to do. Do what you feel that connects to your spirit. Because after all, that's all we really are. The body is not us, it's our spirit. And the more we commune with that spirit, we're more inclined to glide through this planet with ease, because they give us a lot of blocking situations here on this planet, the do's and the don'ts and the times and the construct that we're in. Just find your own peace and your own joy in what you desire to do and focus.
Well, there you have it, folks. This is my Denise. I don't know about you, but this is my Denise. So I get to experience this all the time. And whenever I show up all discombobulated, she'll be like, sweetheart, stay in your knowing. And that's the advice that we can all leave with here today. Stay in your knowing.
Yes.
Thank you so much for tuning in to the Signature Life podcast. If this episode spoke to you, please subscribe, comment, share with somebody who you know needs to hear this information.